Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be doing a glorious video and demo on this new product or products. Now, contouring is big business, and rightfully so. It can add the most wonderful glow to the skin. It can create beautiful textures and balance to the face. It can highlight the cheekbones, it can open up the eyes, it can enlarge the lips. It's an amazing thing to do and learn. And I'm going to do a full demo for you in a minute so you can go through it and see step by step how to create various looks. But let's talk about this product. Now, what makes this product slightly different from all the other ones on the market is the texture and the pigment. Firstly, the pigment is phenomenal. It will absolutely cover, which is amazing, which is also what you need from a contouring product. But with high pigment, oftentimes it's difficult to blend. This is where the texture comes in. The blending ability of these is unlike any other contouring product I've yet seen. It blends like a second skin, but you have that strong pigment. So you can create your lines and then blend them out so they look like realistic shadows or realistic bronzer, or like there's really a glow going on in your face. That's what's so great about them. The other thing that sets them apart from all the other ones on the market are the shade ranges. You've got really light skin? Great, we've got one. And then there's the deepest. And the deepest of the shades has the most, I'm going to show you now, has the most beautiful burnished color you've ever seen, because a lot of highlighters that are too pale will make, if you're a woman of color, it can make you look ashy, and that's never a good thing. Whereas this burnished color gives the most amazing effect. Now, the company involved are Cover FX, and you probably know about them because I've talked about them before. Their foundations are phenomenal. Their mineral foundation is amazing, and their textures are great because they can cover the most problematic skin without making you look absolutely like a kabuki, like a mask. They're really, really great, which is why I like them, and their setting powders are just amazing. So this is a deep palette as an example, okay? Now at the end of this tutorial, I will show you close-ups of every single color so you can help pick, but all that information is in the description bar and clickable links so you can do it all that way. So if you have a look at this color here, and I'll talk you through it, this is a burnished color for women of color, deep, and it just resembles this kind of ethereal glow that a lot of women of color can't get because the highlighters are just too light. Now, what you get in these kits, as an example, are two highlighter shades. So you get a matte highlight shade, then you get that shimmer. Depending on your skin tone, it varies in color. And then you get two contour shades. Now, what's great about the contour shades is that you can use them as contouring by sculpting, definitely. Or you can mix and match them with the highlighters, or as you wish, to create more of an overall glow or an overall bronze glow, which is what's so great about them, the fact that it's so easy to just deal with them. But what won me over, as I mentioned, is the texture and pigment. They blend like nothing you've ever seen, and the pigment is so beautiful. So let's get on with the tutorial. At the end of this video, I'll do close-ups of every single one of these palettes, and you'll just get a gorgeous close-up shot so you can see. But let's start with the tutorial. I'm going to show you how to highlight and sculpt your face, including the creases of the eyes and all the other things that we sometimes don't do with creams because we're scared. No need to be. Let's make a start.
Okay, let's make a start. First thing I'm going to do is highlight. Now, I'm using the contour brush by Cover FX. It has two ends, so there's one end to use all with the sort of contouring and highlighting, and the second end to blend and buff this in. So I'm applying the highlights to the bridge of the nose and the forehead. Now, for this tutorial, I've decided to keep most of the kind of glow on the outside corner of the face. So I'm applying the highlight shade, and this is the matte highlight shade, to the outside corner of the eye in a stripe. This lifts the outside corner, and there can be discolorations here, so it's a great place to start to highlight. Next, I'm just going to suck in my cheekbones and go just underneath, slightly more underneath the cheekbone area. So when I put the contour color, it's really going to pop and give great dimension to the face. With this done, I'm going to highlight the outside corner of the lips. This can lift the lip area and really give a beautiful effect when you start to apply any lip products. I'm going to go round the nostrils as well, because this area can be a bit red, so it looks great when colored. Tiny bit onto the brow bone area. We will set all of this with powder at the end, so don't worry. Now let's contour. Suck in your cheeks and go just above the highlighted area. You want to stop just past the outside corner of your eye. You don't want to bring it in too far in because it can be a bit too severe. So now we want to go up into the temple and forehead area. If you have a very narrow forehead or a short forehead, then don't go right the way in, just stick to the temple area. Now, the contour, right the way down the sides of the nose, a thin line. Don't make this line too thick because you'll have trouble blending it and you'll create too much darkness as you start to blend. And round off the tip because it gives a really nice effect. Now, this is an old-fashioned trick, going into the crease of the eye with the cream contour, wrapping it all the way around so it reaches the contour that I've done on the nose. Kevin O'Quarrie was very famous for doing this. It opens up the eyes and gives everything a nice effect so that the nose contour isn't just standing out on its own. Obviously, you probably don't have a beard, so you would contour your jawline as well. Now, let's blend. So you want to pat, press and buff this product into the skin. The pigment is strong, but it blends like a dream. So blend out the highlight areas as you can see here. And we're going to leave a couple and I'll explain why in a second. So blend out the areas that you can see around the nose, the outside corner of the eyes, and of course the brow highlights. Now knock off any excess product on the back of your hand. Now let's start with the forehead. Bringing this colour up into the hairline. Don't bring it down, bring the colour up. We're creating a halo around the outside perimeter of the face and it's important that it blends into the hairline. So try and really buff it into the skin and pat and press so that it reaches the highlight kindly. Now with the jaw and the cheekbone area, blend this in and then keep knocking off product on the back of your hand so that you're not moving the product too much. You're trying to blend it into the skin. You don't want it to come too far down towards the mouth. Blend this up as well. Same thing on the other side. Buff it in, blend, press, knock off any excess product. Now I'm just going to blend in the highlights on the lip area. And now I'm going to go for the highlight that's just underneath that contour shade. This is what will make that contour shade really stand out by adding that extra highlight area. It's a really great way of making the cheekbones look amazing. Now tap and press this highlight into the nose. Now this next bit is really important. When you're contouring the sides of your nose, don't go down the sides. Pull up, bring the contour color up. This way we keep that light in the center of the face, which is what we want. By pulling the color down, you're creating too much darkness, so always bring that color up when doing the nose. So we need to now blend the area into the eye socket. Same principle, we're just going to go in a back and forward motion and blend out that color. We're trying to create the faintest amount of shadow in this area. And it's so pretty because it's so subtle and just looks great. So blend this out and buff it into the skin. Now I'm applying that same matte highlight shade just to the eyelids to give slightly more illusion of a more open eye and a deeper crease. Now it's time for a bit of loose powder. I'm applying this just to certain areas, the forehead, the nose, underneath the eyes and round the sides of the nose. This way these areas stay matte and the rest of the face has a healthy glow to it. I'm also going to set the cream highlight that I've applied on my eyes with a small eyeshadow brush, same powder, no colour in it. Next I'm taking my finger and I'm applying that shimmering highlight in the palette. I'm applying this to the cheekbone areas. I really want this area to pop and look amazing when you turn your head. I'm also going to apply that colour to the eyelid as well, the inner eyelid around the tear ducts. So you can see this product in a second, how wonderful it looks on the skin. See the way it catches the light when you turn your head, it's amazing. So now I'm just going to take this and run it down the bridge of the nose. You can also apply this on the brow bone if you want, but I've decided to keep this shade matte for this look. Tiny bit on the tip of the nose. The Cupid's bow gives the illusion of a bigger lip when you've applied your lip products. Taking that brush with the shimmer shade, applying this to the inner tear duct area, and that will complete the look. So you can see that the face has dimension, it's glowing. This is what we want from contour and highlight. We want the skin to look amazing and there to be dimension without there ever being any real hard lines. And that's it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.